In the most recent video I've made about my Thorogood Warfighter boots, I had to unfortunately announce that they have been discontinued. These are the best pair of steel-toed desert boots I have ever owned, and as a consumer I'm disappointed because I won't be able to buy them anymore. But there's an added caveat to that. As a YouTuber, I have to make all of the review videos I've made on these boots over the years private, because if somebody watches one of those videos and they decide that they'd like to purchase a pair for themselves and they go to the links in the description sections, they won't be able to find these boots. But that's a chance that I take as a YouTuber. So because of that, I decided to make a Speaking Squibbish YouTube stuff about my experience doing product reviews. Mostly about product reviews for things that have become obsolete, but also just some of my other experiences doing product review videos. First, I should point out that nobody makes me do these videos. I choose to do these videos. I do them my way. I do them for me. If somebody gets something out of these videos, that's great, but I do this for me. I do this for fun. This is just something that I like to do. I guess you could call it a labor of love. I'm not being paid to do these videos, and I've only done a few product reviews on things that I've received for free. Most of the times I get an offer to do a product review, a request to do a product review. They're going to provide me with something for free. I turn it down. Sometimes it's because it's something I'm uninterested in. Sometimes it's because they demand that I do a positive review, and I won't do that. I am transparent with anybody that I will do an objective review, not necessarily a positive review. Or it's because when I ask questions about the company or the product, they refuse to answer. So I would rather just buy this stuff out of my own pocket and review it and do as few product reviews for something provided to me as possible. The good thing is pretty much everything I review I was going to buy anyhow, to try out or to use, or it's something I've been using for years and I just want to share my experience with the audience because I think this is a good product. Or maybe I found a use for it that isn't something it was necessarily intended for. Or maybe even it's an opportunity for me to share my experience dealing with their customer service because of a warranty issue. So there are a lot of different ways that somebody can do a product review video. I do them my way, and I try to have fun while I'm making them. So I've already talked about one of the negatives, and that is that a product can become discontinued, like these boots. This Buck 283 you see here on the reload bench has been discontinued. That was one of my EDC knives, and now I can't get it anymore. This battery pack that I've been shooting footage on over the past couple of years that just will not die on me, that is now obsolete. I can't do that review video. Even this lapel mic that I'm using right now to film this video with will eventually become obsolete because it works with the iPhone 13 and 14, not the 15. So at some point, if I ever get done making this video and publish it, I'll have to make that private. There are lots of different things that can become obsolete. I picked up this box of Red Army standard ammunition at the sporting goods store recently, and you can see the price tag there says clearance. That's probably because of the import bans on Russian ammunition. They have to honor the contracts until they expire. But if the contract for this is up, then no wonder the sporting goods store wants to clear their shelves for something else. You just never know what you're doing a review on that might go out of production. However, if it turns out to be a collector's item at some point, then you're actually preserving the information, and that might help somebody make an informed decision if they decide to buy this because maybe now it's collectible, the price has gone up, something like that. Or even if it's used. For example, the reviews that I've done on one of my B channels about my 2020 Chevrolet Colorado might help somebody to make an informed decision on whether or not they wanted to buy one of these trucks used. So it isn't always a bad thing when something goes out of production when you're doing a review video. But like I said in the beginning, it's just a chance that I have to take. Another thing that I deal with regard to review videos are the comments. Sure, I get trolls. I'm going to get trolls no matter what kind of videos I make. And the trolls usually insinuate I'm a shill. But as I've stated, I don't normally take free products to review. I'm not saying I've never done it, but I just really try to avoid it. So I'm not being paid. I'm not trying to do a bunch of positive reviews to try to get other companies to notice my channel so that they give me free stuff. I just don't do it for that reason. But there are people out there that just assume that. Trolls are cowards. They won't make YouTube videos themselves. They won't come on the live streams themselves. They don't do what we do. So they're going to continue to be trolls, and that's just the way it is. But I also get questions about these products that I don't have the answers to. Some people have insinuated that I am some sort of representative of the company, like I'm on their payroll or I'm an employee or something else like that, and I have access to all kinds of resources that I don't necessarily have access to. So I don't always have the answers to questions that people ask. And then, I'm also going to have the people telling me that I'm using it wrong or that I'm abusing it and that's why it broke. But I don't see any videos on their channels where they're reviewing the products. On the flip side, though, with some of those comments, I actually have had some really positive interactions where somebody has said that, my video has helped them decide whether or not to buy this product, or a question that they asked, I suddenly now wanted to know the answer to as well. And I don't always get it, but sometimes I'm able to find things out. And maybe that makes a follow-up video, or it just gives both of us an opportunity to learn. Or maybe even somebody tells me something I missed in the video, or gives me some good advice on something else I could do with the product or something else like that. So that interaction is really positive, and I'm not saying that's what I do the videos for, but they kind of, they do make the whole process a little bit better. Another thing is a product review can lead to other product review videos. For example, I did a product review on this Soviet gas mask that I purchased from a company that typically doesn't sell gas masks. I really wanted to show what condition the gas masks would come in. I ordered a bunch of them and just talk about my experience ordering them. After that, I bought an adapter to convert a NATO filter to fit the Soviet mask, and I did a review on the adapter. At a later point, the company that makes the adapter found my video, and they contacted me and they said, would you be willing to do a review on our newest version of that adapter? They've changed the adapter, they've improved it, and I accepted. So I ended up making a video where I showed the new adapter with the NATO filter on the mask. Because of that video, 2 people commented on the video and have asked me to do a follow-up video where I do another test with it. So it's kind of interesting how one video turned into 4. So there are some positives to doing product review videos. Now, something that I do to myself, this is a stipulation I put on myself, I'm my own worst enemy with this, is that there are certain things that I have purchased that I want to try out, and I won't try them out until I'm ready to turn on the camera. And sometimes I just don't have time, especially when I'm doing a lot of videos on a weekend, to film everything I want. For example, the coffee reviews that I do, it's me experiencing the coffee for the first time. If I buy 4 bags of 4 different kinds of coffee in one order from a company, it might take me a month to review all of that coffee because I'm going to be shooting the videos usually on weekends. So I might try out one a week. So I've got to wait potentially 3 weeks to try out a bag of coffee or something like that. Or, for example, this bottle of red wine we brought back from South Dakota a year and a half ago. Correction, this is a white wine. I also have a red wine from South Dakota. Yeah, that's right. It's been sitting down in my wine cellar, so it's perfectly fine for being a year and a half old, but we have not tried this yet. And I've got wine that goes back as far as 6.5 years that I have purchased to make a video on that, or I've purchased and I haven't tried out, I should say, and I'm waiting just to open it up and to share that experience with the audience, my first time trying this out. So for all I know, some of the wines that I've got to review, if I ever get around to them, those companies might go out of business. The vineyard might go out of business. Who knows? So I don't have to review everything that I own, but there's something about doing those sorts of videos that I guess I just put that stipulation on myself that I'm going to wait until I have an opportunity. Last night, I shot my Gentleman Jack whiskey review video, finally. Somebody suggested I do that video a year ago. And I bought the whiskey maybe 6 to 9 months ago, last spring, last summer, and has been sitting around the house that entire time. I actually moved the bottle around 3 times because it was in the way. It had dust on it in the video because it's been setting. But that's something that I just end up doing. So there's positives and negatives to doing product review videos for me. But in the end, it's just something that I like doing. It's something I'm going to continue to do. And sometimes it's just going to be disappointing. just like some of the other things about being on YouTube. It's not for everybody. I never thought I would be this kind of person, but this is just something that I've learned over the years that I really like. This is a labor of love for me, and I'm just going to continue to do it until they take me down, I guess. So hopefully you've got a better idea about why I do the product reviews I do, or why you might see some things taken off of my channel, some things, videos disappear, or maybe why I might do a series or follow-ups, or just some of the things that you might encounter if you ever decide that you want to start doing product review videos. So with that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs and talk to my director. Are we going to have red tonight, or are we going to have white? Hopefully you see these in the near future. Thanks for watching.